If you have trouble with Excel, or you've uttered the words, "I suck at Excel," or you've had your colleagues blatantly point out your lack of Excel skills and knowledge, then I've designed just the course for you so that you can become quite brilliant at Excel by learning the most important Excel features and functions, like learning how to navigate the ribbon and tabs, learning important shortcut keys, learn formatting tricks that'll help you be more productive, learn how to quickly split and combine data, learn functions like VLOOKUP, SUMIF, and more. Learn how to create and navigate pivot tables, and so much more. I'm giving away the course for free to the first 50 people who email me at missmicrosoft@ignitework.com with the answer to the following question. How many duplicates did I remove using the remove duplicate function? The answer is in this video, which is actually a little preview of the course. So be sure to watch till the end. Then subscribe to my channel, Miss Microsoft, and like this video. And if you've done all three correctly, I'll send you your free course coupon, and you'll also get lifetime access to the course with course updates and a Udemy certification. So let's get into the video so that you can get the answer to that question and get your course. If you wanted to move product code to column A and product to be in column B, hover over column A so that you get this down arrow, and click once so that column A is selected. Then hover between column A and B till you get this four-sided arrow. Hold down the Shift key and drag your mouse to the right. You will get this thick green line, and you can then leave your mouse and the Shift key, and product has moved to column B, and product code is in column A. If you don't hold down the Shift key and you try to move the column, Excel will replace the contents of the column. You can move rows in the same way. Just select the row, hover till you get this four-sided arrow, hold down the Shift key, and drag your row to where you want it. Now let's say we want to split our product into product type and supplier. So we want everything on the left of our hyphen in a separate column. So that would be our product type, and then everything to the right will be in the supplier column. Select your data that you want to split. On your ribbon, select the Data tab. Then all the way to the right in the Data Tools grouping, select Text to Columns. This dialog box pops up. Here we're going to keep delimited checked as we have a hyphen separating our data that we want to split. Select Next. Here you can see the different delimiters like tab, semicolon, comma, space. We have a hyphen, so uncheck tab, check other, and type a hyphen in this box. And if you look down here in Data Preview, you can see what your split will look like. So that looks good. Select Next. We're going to keep General Format checked. Then for Destination, let's click on this up arrow and select this cell here. Then click this down arrow, select Finish, and our data is split. Let's name this column Product Type, and this can be Supplier. Let's select our sheet over here and double-click one of the columns to fix our column width. If you wanted to quickly see the sum of your values, you can select them, and down at the bottom here, you get your status bar, which shows you your average count and sum. If you right-click on the bar, you can select which functions you want to see. Let's select minimum and maximum, and we can quickly see our minimum sales of 1980 and maximum of 15,000. So that can be quite handy for a quick analysis. Here is a really large set of sales data showing the amount of sales made by each sales rep. The sales reps' names are in the first column and the dates in the top row. If we scroll to the right, the names disappear And if we scroll down, the dates disappear. This is where we can use freeze panes to freeze our columns and rows so that they can be visible when we're scrolling through our spreadsheet. If we want our first row and first column to be visible, place your cursor on the first cell below your row header and notice it's the cell after the column we want visible, which is our sales reps names column. Then in the View tab, in the window grouping, select Freeze Panes, and you have an option to keep a row and column visible while scrolling, or keep the top row visible, or keep the first column visible. Let's select the first option as we want to freeze the top row and first column. And now if we scroll to the right, our sales reps' names are still visible. And if we scroll down, our dates are still visible. To remove freeze panes, click on the freeze panes icon again and select Unfreeze Panes. If we have this cell here selected, then click on Freeze Panes. Then the first 3 rows and first 2 columns are locked. So depending on the cell you select, then the rows above it and the columns to the left of that cell will be frozen and will be visible for when you scroll. Now let's say we want to compare the data from November 8th with the data of November 28th. We don't have these two dates in the same view, but we can use the Split tool in the View tab to do this. When we click on the Split tool, we now have these thick gray lines that appear. Hover over the vertical line until you get this two-sided arrow handle and click on the line, and let's drag the vertical line to the column after the 8th. And now our screen is split into 2. We have a screen on the left with its own scrolling bar and a screen on the right also with its own scrolling bar. So now we can compare the 8th and the 28th quite easily. And if we make any changes on our second screen, Excel automatically updated the first screen with those changes. Let's change the color to green on the second screen, and instantly the first screen is also updated. And if you hover your cursor over where the two thick gray lines meet, you will get this four-sided arrow handle, and by moving that to where you want is how your screen will split. To deactivate split screen, simply click on the split icon again and your screen is no longer split. We still correctly have our color updated in November 28th. Here we have some sales data showing our sales reps' names and the value of sales they've made for the first 7 days in November. If we wanted to know how many sales reps we had making sales for those 7 days, we would need to remove the duplicate names. As if we scroll through this data, we can see that some names are repeated, like Kate, Mary, and Ladine. To remove the duplicates on the Data tab, in the Data Tools grouping, select this icon for Remove Duplicates. This Remove Duplicates dialog box pops up. We're going to keep My Data Has Headers checked. Click on Unselect All and select Sales Reps Names. This is where we want our duplicates to be removed. Select OK. And Excel tells us that it has removed 216 duplicates, and we now know that we had 25 sales reps actively working and making sales already in the first 7 days of November. Here we have some sales data that we need to print. If we scroll down, we can see that it is quite a few pages. Let's press Ctrl P, which is the shortcut for print. We can see that our first page has our header, but if we use these arrows at the bottom here to scroll through all our pages, we can see that our header does not repeat. So when we print these pages, we're not going to know what each column refers to. So to repeat our header on each page when we print, select the first row and in the name box, type print_titles and press enter. If you don't press enter, then it won't save. So now when we press Ctrl P, we can see that our header repeats on each page. If you want the first 2 rows to be repeated on each page, then select the first 2 rows and type print_titles in the name box again, and if you press Ctrl P, we can see that the first 2 rows are repeated on each page. Now, if you want to delete print titles from your name box, on your ribbon under the Formulas tab, select Name Manager, and you can simply click Delete to delete your print titles from the name box. Select OK and select Close. And if we check our name box, print titles has been deleted. If you found this video helpful, please be sure to share.